Hi, this is Mrs. Jones. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create translations and reflections using GeoGebra. I've turned the grid on, but you can turn it off in the settings up here in this corner if you like, and probably after you finish your design, you'll want to turn it off so it doesn't take away from the overall look of what you've created. All right, the first thing we're going to do is go over into Basic Tools, and we'll just use the Polygon tool to create a very simple just a simple shape that we can use to play around with. So I made it a little bit complicated, but it's not too complicated. And you can see it's got all these points labeled to start with, and that sort of takes away from what we're doing. So we'll go ahead and use the selection tool where we can drag it across the area. And then up here, there's a little icon that says with two A's on it, one darker than the other. That's the one that you can use. First, we're going to turn on a few more labels, then turn them all back off again, and that'll turn those off. Now, if you don't want like the look of these points, then we go over to the Edit menu where there's a hide thing there. Oops, I've got some other hidden points. I didn't realize they were there. That's okay. And we can go through and pick all of these points that are on the corners and turn them off. Essentially, well, they're not turned off, they're hidden. And then when we go back to the selection tool, which is either the arrow up here or the big spot down here, you see they disappear. So it just makes it look a little nicer. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to translate this this polygon that I've drawn. And when you go down to the transformation tools down here at the bottom, here the first tool is the translate. And if you select it, it says select object to translate, then vector. We don't have a vector yet, so we better make one of those. All right, if you go up to lines, the last menu choice is a vector. So we're going to create a vector. And we're just going to go in and pick 2 points for now and make a vector. You can see it's got a direction. It's got an arrow going one direction, and it's put points on either end. So now let's go back to transformation, and then we can do what it tells us to, which is to select the object and then select the vector. And we do, and there it is, image of our pre-image. Now going back to the selection tool, the arrow tool, if we move this vector, then our translation will also move with it. So for instance, if our vector is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down, you'll see that that's exactly where it places our transformation, 5 units down. If it's over, that's how far it goes over. We can move this up, we can put it anywhere we want. We can do a certain number of units down and over, and it will move with it. For now, let's just kind of make it go maybe a little bit to the side like that. That looks good. Now, if we want to make more than one object going down, what we want to do is go back to the transform tool. This time, instead of selecting the first figure, we want to select the second one we've made and the vector again, and then it will make those things evenly spaced. So if we go back to our selection tool, as we change this vector, again, all of them move together, which is really slick. Okay, so let's go ahead and adjust this a little bit so we can see a little more. Go out. Okay, now we're going to try a reflection. So to make a reflection, we need a line of reflection. So we're going to go up to the lines and create a line. Now, as we well know, 2 points define a line, so we're going to drop 2 points. It's going to create a line. And then using the third tool in the transform menu is reflect about a line. It tells us to select the object to reflect and then the line of reflection. So again, we're going to pick our original polygon and the line of reflection, and boom, there it is on the other side. Nice reflection. And we can do the same thing with the rest of these. And we'll back out a little bit so we can see that. And oh, we got to go back. We're still in the reflection tool. There we go. And you can see if we move this line around, it also moves the reflection. So we can kind of make it, looks like it's maybe going to take a bite out of something. So those are your basic transformation tools for translation and reflection. Remember, you can come back to this video and watch it again if you need to review these concepts, and have fun making transformations.